be a great leader, you got to learn how to follow first. So right now I'm following all the vets, I'm following all the coaches, I'm listening, having both ears open and my mouth shut.
They haven't had a franchise quarterback in Chicago since Sid Luckman left in 1950.
The Chicago Bears just made the craziest transformation we have ever seen. From going from a team that got booed off the field to now being one of the most hyped and anticipated teams that we have seen over the last decade. This Bears team is one of the most fun teams to talk about right now, and not only that, they really do have a talented roster that can do just about anything in 2024. And I want to talk about what their ceiling is because like I said, literally anything can happen after what the front office just did. But before I get into everything, I would really appreciate it if you would drop a like and subscribe. It only takes 5 seconds, plus you can always change your mind. We are now on the road to 30k subscribers, and with your support, I believe we can get there super fast. So the Bears knew for quite some time that Caleb Williams was going to be the guy they would take with the #1 overall pick, and they made that clear when they traded away Justin Fields to the Pittsburgh Steelers for essentially nothing. There were some Bears fans who did not like the decision to trade away Fields and instead thought that he could still be the guy and they should just use this draft to build around him. While Justin Fields can still be a good quarterback in the league, it absolutely was the right decision to trade him away and go with Caleb Williams. Fields can now move on to a situation and a team that has been searching for good QB play for many years and have a chance to potentially either this year or in future years take over and become the franchise QB they have been looking for. The Steelers always have a very good run game, and to add a huge running threat in Justin Fields to the offense can only help it and allow it to grow. He has also proven that when given time, he can be a good passer as well, with an extremely beautiful deep ball. So we can expect this trade to work out for both sides in this situation, and it was pretty risk-free for the Steelers as the Bears did not get much in return, but it was a move that needed to be made. Now, to talk about the reason they moved on is the generational prospect that is Caleb Williams. One of the most hyped up quarterback prospects we have ever seen, as the 2022 Heisman Trophy winner in the past 2 years has put up a combined 8,170 yards and 72 touchdowns with just 10 interceptions in his 2 seasons at USC, along with another 524 yards and 21 touchdowns on the ground. He has been very good in both years and is given every right to be hyped up as much as he has with all the incredible throws and plays he has made. His game can easily translate to the NFL as well, especially with all the help the Bears have put around him this past offseason, which we will get to in a second. But with all this help, Caleb Williams should be able to jump in right away and make an instant impact, and will most likely walk away with Offensive Rookie of the Year and lead the Bears to a successful season. He could come in right away and be much like CJ Stroud was for the Texans and be a top 10 quarterback in the league. So speaking of all those weapons that they brought in, the most important one comes in the form of former LA Chargers wide receiver Keenan Allen. Allen has proved year after year that when healthy, he is one of the top and most consistent wide receivers the league has to offer, with 5 over 1,000 yard seasons in the past 7 years, and is only getting better, as last year he had 108 receptions for 1,243 yards and 7 touchdowns. Most of this coming by being the main threat the Chargers had as they dealt with many injuries last season. But this year, Keenan Allen will have the help of DJ Moore, who posted a career best last year with 96 receptions, 1,364 yards, and 8 touchdowns. This also coming while being the main threat of the Bears offense. So the two should be able to benefit off each other and become one of the top wide receiver duos in the entire league. Not only them two, the Bears also brought in another big time wide receiver as they selected Odunze with their other first round pick. Odunze, who had over 1,600 yards and 13 touchdowns off 92 receptions in 2023 for a very good Washington offense, and is one of the best wide receivers in a very deep wide receiver class, will be able to come into a situation where he does not have to be the main guy right away, and instead will take over the role of being a wide receiver 3, and will be able to feed off the guys like Keenan Allen and DJ Moore and have an instant impact in his rookie season. All of this alongside a very good starting tight end in Cole Kmet and other supporting guys such as Gerald Everett and Tyler Scott. Caleb Williams has everything in place for him to be very good right away, and we should again expect to see him among the top QBs already in his rookie season and continue to grow and become the generational QB everyone thinks he will be. This is a very exciting year for Chicago and all of its fans. After struggling the past few years and wondering if they had the guy in Justin Fields, they now have a new guy in Caleb Williams, who they are sure is the guy. And not only that, there are so many other things to be excited about with this team. And Bears fans should be very excited, and they should believe that they could be legit contenders in a few years, as long as Caleb Williams pans out. I think that this could be at best a sneaky wildcard team, as they do play in a very good division that features a legit contender in the Detroit Lions and a very promising playoff team in the Green Bay Packers, who have now figured out that Jordan Love is very legit and will be the franchise QB. So the Bears may have some struggles reaching the postseason this year, but I believe every year after that they are threats to do so, and in a couple of years they should be the favorites to win the NFC North as Caleb Williams continues to grow. It will be very exciting to watch battles between guys like Caleb Williams and Jordan Love for many years to come. As far as everything else they did, another guy they brought in that will help a lot is of course DeAndre Swift, who had by far his best season of his career last year with the Eagles, as he had over 1,000 yards on the ground as well as 6 total TDs and had his career high in all-purpose yards, and will form a very good RB room alongside Khalil Herbert and Roscoe Johnson. Along with that, they added safety Kevin Byard, who also played in Philly last year, and he will come in and replace Eddie Jackson, who they let go of. Byard has been a very good safety for many years and will help this defense out a lot. And as far as the defense goes, this team definitely has talent, especially in the secondary, with the likes of young studs such as Jaquan Brisker, Kyler Gordon, Tyreek Stevenson, and of course the newly extended Jalen Johnson, who received a huge 4-year, $76 million extension to stay in Chicago after being the talk of many trades over the past season. He absolutely deserves it, as he has been one of the top corners in the league since he came in, posting a 90.6 PFF grade last year, and it was absolutely the right move for Chicago to do all they could to keep him. They also of course last year acquired one of the best pass rushers in the league in Montez Sweat, and what was a huge deal for them as he had 12.5 sacks last season. They also have other veteran leaders on the defense like Tremaine Edmonds, so this defense should be even better than last year, in which they were very good. Having the number 1 rushing defense in the league at just 86.4 yards allowed per game and tied for the most interceptions in the league with 22, led by 3 guys mentioned earlier in Johnson, Edmonds, and Stevenson, who all had 4 each. They should be able to complement the offense very well next season and help make this team even better. The Bears actually do have a pretty favorable schedule, as they are tied for the 29th ranked strength of schedule this coming season, so that might help them in getting a few more wins and potentially even being a surprise wildcard team, depending on just how good Caleb Williams is. It should be very interesting and fun to watch this team this offseason and follow how well Caleb Williams is clicking with all the help he has and the chemistry he develops with his team in training camp and everything leading up to this season. As far as what we should expect from Caleb Williams in his first year, I would say the expectations are through the roof, as he truly is one of the best, if not best, QB prospects we have seen in a long time. And not only that, he has been dropped into an amazing situation with a great supporting cast on offense and on defense. So I think we can expect to see, like I said earlier, a CJ Stroud type of rookie year from Caleb Williams, in which he wins Offensive Rookie of the Year and quickly becomes one of the top QBs in the league. It may take him a few games to adjust to the NFL, but after that, I believe he will absolutely take off from there and turn into everything everyone expects him to be. I truly believe the Bears have finally found their first true franchise QB, and he will live up to all the expectations that he has. But what do you guys think? Will Caleb Williams live up to all the hype? Will he flop? Let me know how good you think he will be in the comments below. To sum it all up, the Bears had an absolutely amazing offseason and not only acquired what many believe to be a generational franchise QB, but they added so much more talent among both sides of the ball, as well as the good players who showed out last year for them, quickly forming one of the most promising young rosters in the league. It is truly incredible to see what GM Ryan Poles has done in setting up this roster this quickly for both Matt Eberflus and Caleb Williams to be able to succeed under. They did a great job in the draft getting Williams and Odunze, made a huge trade for Keenan Allen, and had a good free agency, bringing in Kevin Byard. All this should set up for the Bears to potentially get into the playoffs this year in a very good NFC North and be good for many years to come, and eventually take that jump into being one of the top teams in the NFC. I know I've said it so many times, but I can't wait to see what they do this year and for many years to come, now that they have quickly made this transformation into being one of the best rosters in the league. That's really all I have to say for this video. Thank you all so much if you made it to this point, and if you enjoyed and haven't yet, make sure to drop a like and subscribe, because your support truly does mean the world. And also, follow me on Instagram, because I am posting tons of cool sports content every single day. And until next time, I will see you all later.